Welcome everybody to the Word According to me, AJ Trip. This video is my review of Doctor Strange, the latest Marvel movie. It came out a couple weeks ago. I haven't got the chance to see it until today. Started earlier today. It was one of the best storytelling movies that they've done, probably since the first Iron Man. I like the way they showed how he became the mystical being that he is, and so I think I found it to be great. It's actually kind of shorter because we've known these movies. Marvel makes these movies, and they could be anywhere from 2 hours to 2.5 hours. Something like that. But Doctor Strange wasn't. It was about 2. It was about 2 hours. It was about 2 hours. I'm my mistake. I'm getting kind of confused. But yeah, it was right around 2 hours. But still, it was a great backstory movie. I like the way. Well, actually, you know what? Spoiler alert. My apologies, everybody. Spoiler alert. If you still haven't seen it and you want to go see it, spoiler alert, you can go ahead and go on to one of my other videos. If you want to, go to my gaming channel and watch the videos over there. But for those who just want to get my review of it, here we go. So, Doctor Strange, for those who don't know, he deals in the mystical and the magical, and there's a lot of mysticism and a lot of stuff about magic and everything like that. There was, but how it starts is that he's a regular doctor. He's a regular doctor, and he's kind of very arrogant, very self-centered about it. He thinks he's the greatest thing to ever happen. But he gets in a car accident because he was looking at his text. He's looking at his phone instead of looking at the road. So, distracted driving. Don't do it. So, he looks at the phone, and then he runs into the car, sort out the road. He gets to this huge car accident, and his hands got tons of nerve damage, and he can't be a surgeon anymore. But he hears this story. So while he's doing all his rehab, he comes across this story of a man who got paralyzed basically from the chest down, and tried to get everything done, but end up walking. And so he finds this guy and he talks to him, and the guy tells him where to go. So he goes, and I think they said, what do they call it, city? You somewhere, but it's basically like in the Middle East. Basically in the Middle East. That's basically where he went to. In the Middle East, kind of where the Dalai Lama would be. If you know where the Dalai Lama is, he kind of went there. So he goes there and he talks to the Ancient One, and the first Ancient One doesn't want to have anything to do with him because he's not a real true believer. But the sidekick Mordo kind of tells her that I think he can be a part of this, and so he goes through all of this, and they do all of this. She starts teaching him the magic, and he becomes a very quick learner, a quick study. For the most part, he's having trouble at first because of his hands. He thinks it's because of his hands, but the Ancient One tells him that it's not because of your hands. It's all because it's like in your mind and everything. That's what she's trying to teach him. So, and he goes through all of this, and he starts studying and reading up on everything, and so much so that he actually becomes pretty quick learner. He even tries to do some time stuff, but they catch him and they say, no, you can't do that. and then he ends up fighting one of the bad guys, and the main bad guy in the movie, and he's fighting him, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. He's got all of this, and it's very amazing wizardry and things like that. And then people who would be like into Harry Potter, I think, would like this movie. I think because of all that magic and registry and all the things he's doing, he's making floors move, making walls turn, and all this other things. The bad guy is not Doctor Strange. He hasn't learned how to do that yet. The Ancient One does it too, and so he comes across this cape, and the cape like protects him from the bad guy, and he runs around him in the cape, and so and then he catches the bad guy finally. And the bad guy tells him that the Ancient One is actually, the reason she's so old is because she's tapped into the dark power, and that's how and everything, and so while he gets hurt, he gets stabbed by one of the big bad guy's henchmen. And he has to go there, and he goes to get this girl. Like they all of them have a girl. All of them do. The Black Widow doesn't have a guy, but every superhero, every male superhero has a girl. That I guess that's just a part of the superhero. I guess you gotta have that girl, that keeps you grounded. I guess. What's the old saying? Behind every great man there's a great woman or something like that. So maybe that's why they, all the superheroes have a girl that they love and everything like that. And it's another doctor. And like I said, he gets stabbed. He creates a portal, goes there, and having her work on him, and it's all just done very well. Let's jump cut to the part where the Ancient One is finally comes face to face to the bad guy who was one of her students, and Mordo and Strange is there. Mordo sees that she actually had. He didn't believe it, but he actually feels that it is that she has. He sees that she has tapped into the dark power, and it drives him off a cliff because he believed so much in her. And the big bad, got the big bad, but the bad guy, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce his name. It starts with like an S. But he, they go into a fight, and well, he creates a portal. He takes one of the strangest things to create portals. He creates a portal, and he throws her in it, and she falls into New York City and falls 100 feet, and she passes on. And it is it gets Strange to kind of and then Strange his hand is still he wants to try to help her with the surgery, but can't. His hand is still like that, so he gives it to one of the guys that early in the movie he was kind of bitching at, and kind of making fun of. So while she's on the operating table and she's going on, he realizes, wait a minute. So he comes out of the astral form. He comes out of the astral form, and he goes to and he sees that she's out of the astral form. And they have that talk, and it's that moment, a superhero moment where it's that great power comes with great responsibility speech. That's where that comes from, right? Even though once about with Spider-Man, that's when he realizes that the gifts that he is now learning, he's given, was not to do surgery. it was to protect the world from supernatural, and mystical demons and things like that. So then they go and they tear out and um, they tear out the bad guy. That bad guy is, taking out one of the centers of the mystical places in Hong Kong and everything like that. So he goes back and he does the time thing over again, and then and at one point he realizes that the way he needs to do this is that he needs to go and face the real big mystical bad guy, Dormammu. And if superhero people know who Dormammu is, and if you watch like the Marvel Avengers cartoon, you've probably seen Dormammu on there a couple times as well. And he goes there, and it's just and he does this thing where he makes an infinite loop of of him saying that he wants to bargain, he wants to trade all the people of Earth for things like that, for not being stuck in this time loop where basically Doctor Strange is getting killed over and over again, but and it's driving Dormammu crazy. So finally he accepts the bargain. He takes off the bad guy and his henchmen out of Earth, and they go back to where they are, and you think everything is cool, but Mordo so hurt by the fact that the Ancient One was dipping off of the power of the dark power that he walks off on his own, and that's and he ends up with basically Stephen Strange going to New York and sitting in the New York. There are three. There's New York, London, and Hong Kong. So he goes to the New York place, in the New York sanctuary, to where he would live there and stay there and help defend the Earth off of the mystical beings, right? So, and that's basically the movie. There's two cutscenes. As we all know in these Marvel movies, they do two post movie screens. The first one was Strange and Thor sitting down, talking about basically how Thor brought Loki to New York to find Odin, and he was wondering why. And Doctor Strange said, "Well, once you find Odin, will you go away? You should take him back to Asgard." So yes, he says, "Let me help you." So that's the first cutscene. Then the credits roll, and then after the credits roll, cut to Mordo. Now is at the place where the guy I mentioned earlier, who was like paralyzed. Yeah, that injury was down. He had learned how to walk. Basically, he had learned to use magic to basically help make him walk. And basically, Mordo was there to take his magic, because he said there are too many sorcerers in the world. So that's going to be something down the road, you can guarantee, with these movies. So that's basically it. So as a review, like I said, a movie, we'll say out of 5 stars, 4 stars. I think it's 4 stars. I think it was a really, really good movie. So the next movie, I believe, is Spider-Man: Homecoming. I believe that's the next movie. That's coming out next May. Then I think you have in June. No, actually, I think it may be Homecoming may be coming out in February. Then you have Guardians of the Galaxy coming out in May, and then Thor Ragnarok coming out next November. So, if you are like me and you are into these movies, these Marvel superhero movies, this was it's a must see. As all of these movies have become a must see, basically, even like the low one. I mean, there are some who they'll watch the big ones. They'll watch Captain America, they'll watch Spider-Man, they'll watch the Avengers, Iron Man, things like that, Thor. but they may stay off of the the minor ones. Me personally, I want to watch all of these so that I know, because I was never a comic book guy. I was a superhero guy. The Batman is like my one or two all-time favorite TV shows. I'm talking about the Batman from the '60s with Adam West. That one. So I've been a superhero guy, for a long time. Basically for a long time, and then like several years ago, I got into Smallville. I wasn't into Smallville, but I got into Smallville, and then I kind of became a Superman guy. I was always a Batman guy, then I became a Superman guy. And then once I started watching Smallville, it just went to a whole superhero. So for me, these movies are must watches for me. So, and it's kind of funny because I got up early yesterday to go see the eye doctor. Got up early today to do my laundry. So I was actually kind of tired. Very, very tired. And I was thinking about not going because I didn't want to fall asleep during the movie. But I went ahead and I made myself go so that I can get it over with. And I'm so happy I did because it was, like I said, it was a great movie. So, did y'all see the movie? What did you think about the movie? And if you haven't seen the movie, will my review make you go see the movie? Post a comment down below. Tell me what you think. And please, if you like this video, click on the like button. Share it with your family and friends. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. And my other channel, A20 Gaming. Where over there, I do gaming videos. I do live streams. I do for WWE 2K17. I do like these 5-star classic things where if you go over there, you'll see what I'm talking about. So please subscribe here and subscribe there. Like those videos, share those videos as well. So thank you everybody for watching this video. Again, I would say a big thumbs up, 4 out of 5 stars for Doctor Strange. Go out there, if you haven't see it, go do it. So it's your boy AJ Trip signing off. Next video will probably be tomorrow. Let's see. Tomorrow is NXT Takeover Toronto. I might do a rapid reaction to that. I'm gonna do a rapid reaction to Survivor Series. I'm gonna do that as well. So that's, if I don't do Takeover, I'm definitely doing Survivor Series. So that'll be the next time you see me. So please, as always, be good to each other, y'all. I am out.